Hi everybody, this is Property with Leonard and welcome to another episode. Now on this channel we discuss property, finance and investments. Now please note that none of my videos constitutes as financial advice, but if you're looking for financial advice, please speak to an accredited and registered financial advisor. Now, if I were to tell you that you don't need to be rich to invest in property, to build a property portfolio, to earn an income, and a very good one that is through property, you might think that it's impossible or I'm pulling your leg, but the truth is, you don't need to be rich to make money from property. And those who are rich and whom have made money from investing in property, building up their property portfolio, they wouldn't really tell you how they did it, and they wouldn't like it that I tell you either. But that's exactly what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to give you tips and advice on how you too can start investing in property. And it's all for free. It's mahala, it's verniet. It's not going to cost you. It won't cost you anything. Well, perhaps if you could just kindly subscribe to my channel and like this video and share it, do me that favor. That will really help. And it's also for free. I mean, subscribing doesn't cost you anything. It's for free. You can just click or hit that subscriber button in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And please remember to hit the all notifications. And that way you will be notified and you won't miss out whenever I upload new videos. Now, one of the common financial fallacies, or call it stumbling blocks, that keep many South Africans from building real wealth is that property investment, they believe it is an investment alternative exclusively reserved for the rich, the educated or the experienced or those who have connections. But the wealthy don't really invest, and you need to get this. The wealthy don't invest in property because they are rich. They are rich because they have invested in property. Make sense? I'm sure it does. And it's a fallacy perpetuated, I guess, perhaps by the fact that property is the preferred asset of the world's wealthiest. If you look at celebrities or people who are well known, who are well off, all of them, in their kitty, there will always be property. It is just the preferred method. It's really universal all over the world. And the truth is, you don't need to be rich or even educated, as I mentioned, or experienced to invest in property successfully. But once again, they won't tell you this. But this is what this channel is all about. Now, I've been in the business, in the property industry for many moons. And when you get to where I am, you have a choice. The choice is keep everything for yourself or share and help to uplift and to equip and to empower others. And that's really the aim of this channel, as I mentioned. I share it with you for free. Like I said, it's not going to cost you anything. The only thing I ask, as I mentioned before, is that you share perhaps this video and my other videos as well with those that would be able also to benefit from it. And of course, I would really appreciate it if you don't forget to subscribe to my channel and help this channel to grow. So as I mentioned, you don't need to be rich to make money from property. Now, there are two reasons for this, and this is the two things that I want to share with you in this video. Firstly, property investors do not need a lump sum. Now, I know if you look at it from the outside, I mean, you look at the property at a certain price, it can be very intimidating, especially if you don't have the cash. But I'm gonna explain to you, and just bear with me. So property investors don't need a lump sum investment or even a large monthly investment to acquire an income producing property asset. For example, an investor doesn't need, and I know it's pretty obvious to those in the game who knows what's going on, but for you as a novice, an investor doesn't need to have, for instance, 700,000 Rand in cash to acquire a 700,000 Rand buy-to-let property. This is because an investor can get a mortgage bond, a bond from the bank, can borrow money from the bank, allowing him or her to buy a property with money borrowed from the bank. In investment circles, this is called leveraging or gearing, terms that most people assume are only for highly educated investment specialists, but it's not. And now you know. You see, buy-to-let property investments allow ordinary South Africans, people like you and me, earning ordinary salaries, and also implementing the highly effective practice of, as I mentioned earlier, gearing, which the world's wealthiest have used for decades to create wealth without using their own money. By doing that, they significantly increase their return on investment. And just in case you don't fully understand what buy to let mean, it is simply what it says. You buy a property with the intention to letting it, letting meaning renting it out in layman terms. So the bond has to be repaid every month, but you don't have to worry. The property generates an immediate and ongoing passive monthly income, the monthly rental, of course. And the rental keeps pace with inflation as the rental increases every year, and that is normally an 8 to 10% per annum increase, which allows the investor, which is you, to use the tenant's rental. I mean, the money that you get from the tenant, the person who rents from you. You can use that money to repay your bond. Make sense? I'm sure it does. So just to recap, you go to the bank, you apply for the bond, let's say 700,000 Rand. I don't even have a property on my books for 700,000 Rand. Can you believe it? I seldom get for less than that. But property is just so expensive. And I guess that is the reason why people are just being put off by even looking into that direction. If you can rent it out for 6,000 Rand per month, it costs you 8,000 Rand. So in actual fact, out of your pocket, you only pay 2,000 Rand a month, but you have an asset, an accumulating asset that's increasing in its value as the years goes on. And that is really what it's all about. So for 2,000 Rand per month, in actual fact, you own a property. The bank is still the owner, but you understand what I'm saying. So what I'm getting to here is that you don't have to be rich to invest or start investing in property. You can acquire an income generating property, an asset, without spending your own money. But remember, it's not without risk. Nothing is without risk, and I don't want it to sound and you to go out and do this and you didn't do your homework, as I always encourage you on all these videos that I do. It's a risk, and I can talk from personal experience. I've had terrible innings, to put it lightly, when it comes to renting out property and investing in property. But at the end, it balances out, and I'm still doing it. So maybe, and I'm sure it will work for you as well in the long run. Because there's a couple of things that you need to take into consideration, especially if you are a novice, you're not really familiar with the property industry, how things work, and so forth. You need to know and determine, is there a rental demand? And not just for the property, there's always a demand for rental, but for the area where the property is situated, for the type of property that it is. So, and in that case, I would highly recommend that you talk to an estate agent, somebody who specializes in the area that you are interested in investing, and that way he or she would be able to guide you. And also, you can buy a property in a sought after area for rentals, but then you can get a bad tenant, someone who doesn't pay, or they pay but they don't pay on time. And even though you did your due diligence before signing the lease agreement with the tenant, either yourself or through a rental agent, which I would highly recommend, it's just a risk that comes with the package, for the lack of a better term. And I can personally, like I mentioned, share horror stories with you. It cost me a lot of money, but at the end, it balances out, and I am still doing it, so it must be working. So you sometimes cut your losses, you move on, and sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, as long as it balances out in your favor. And that's why it's important that you get a specialist, somebody who's a specialist in the field, in the property industry, just to guide you and to give you some advice in this regard. And secondly, these buy-to-let property investments is based on a proven step-by-step system that delivers virtually guaranteed success. This allows ordinary South Africans, people like you and me, earning ordinary salaries to become successful property investors with no qualifications or experience and very little time, training or effort. And it is possible, trust me, it is. I'd be more than willing to assist you in the comment section below should you have any questions in this regard or about what I shared with you in this video. So just to reiterate, all that is really required for you or of you to build wealth through this buy-to-let property investment is the willingness to learn how to implement a simple, tried and tested system that allows you to acquire and pay off an income-generating property or properties, spending little or nothing of your own money, and with little or not so much, I don't want to say no time and no effort, because it is going to require some time and effort from your side. So there you have it, everybody. This is just what I wanted to share with you all, and I sincerely hope that this video was of value to you. And if it was, again, I kindly ask you, if you haven't, to please subscribe to my channel, to like this video, to share it, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. Any questions that you might have, I will try my utmost best to answer it. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Stay blessed.